Okay, we're going to touch base on consumables, welding wire, because that's pretty much what it is. It's just wire, like barbed wire, minus the barbs. I know that to the welding people would probably freak out, the people that sell this, and tell me that it's something different. But from my perspective, probably chemically too, it's probably not too far off most of the carbon steel from being barbed wire. Anyways, probably get some detractors and hate mail from that. Bare or solid wire electrodes are made of wire compositions required for specific applications and have no coatings other than those required in the wire drawing. These wire drawing coatings have a slight stabilizing effect on the arc but are otherwise of no consequence. Solid steel electrode wires may not be bare. Many have a thin copper coating on the wire. The copper coating improves the current pickup between the contact tip and the electrode, aids in drawing, and helps prevent rusting of the wire when it is exposed to the atmosphere. Solid electrode wires are also made of various stainless steel, aluminum alloys, nickel alloys, magnesium, titanium, copper, and other metals. When the wire is cut and straightened, it is called a welding rod, which is a form of filler metal used for gas tungsten arc welding or brazing. And this form of the welding filler metal does not conduct an electrical current. If the wire is used in an electrical circuit, it is called a welding electrode and is defined as a component of the welding circuit through which current is conducted. A bare electrode is normally a wire, however, it can take other forms. And then we're going to touch base real quick. I didn't delve into this just because it's a whole nother universe into itself, is metal core arc welding, which is kind of a mutant cross between flux core arc welding and just regular gas metal arc welding. Metal core wires are a variant of the gas metal arc welding process, and it operates over a little wider range of shielding gases and offers more flexibility with alloy compositions than solid wire gas metal arc welding. Metal cored wire is a tubular electrode, much like flux core, that is a metal sheath that has a core of powdered materials. Basically, it gets back to my analogy of a roll your own cigarette. You start out with a thin strip of metal, steel generally, and then you sprinkle some powder in it. Well, instead of putting a flux in there in your roll your own cigarette, this time you're just putting iron filings basically, or other different metal compositions, so you can get higher strength steels and whatnot. The core of the metal cored wire contributes almost entirely to the deposited weld metal because there's nothing getting burned off. There's no flux. You're just made a flux core filler material with iron filings in there, and there's various studies on the differences between the deposition rates of the various processes: flux core, metal core, gas metal welding. So I'm not going to get into that, but if that's somewhere where you want to go, you can go out there on the internet, and there's more than enough literature by multiple sources that you could do your master's thesis on it. So, but I'm just going to leave that one alone. I'm going to note here that the three most popular wire diameters for gas metal arc welding are 030, 035, and 045. You'll run into these sizes. If you're doing any significant amount of welding, you're going to probably run into these three sizes. 045 is probably the one that I've had the most contact with. And it also should be noted, if you really use a lot of wire, you can get it in like 500-pound drums or spools, or if you're buying enough of this stuff, they will package it how you want it. The advantage of buying 500-pound spools of wire if you're doing a lot of welding is the welder does not have to stop and change spools of wire. Like on a 30-pound spool, if he's just got 500 pounds, he can just run till the cows come home. So just something to think about.
Questions, comments, thoughts, concerns? Gary Pace, PE, Katy, Texas.